The two remaining earth dragons transformed into dragon-shaped whirlwind gusts of fist energy, aggressively attacking Lai Yingxiao simultaneously from two different directions. Beiming Junjin let out a resounding roar, as his fist, carrying a stream of bone-chilling cold air, lunged straight toward Lai Yingxiao. Lai Yingxiao tilted his body to dodge, then swiftly raised his left leg and delivered a powerful kick. Immediately, Beiming Junjin let out a miserable shriek, then was unexpectedly kicked straight into the mouth of the giant earth dragon. Lai Yingxiao leisurely waved his right hand, and a mysterious divine steel instantly shot out from his forehead. Afterwards, it transformed into a towering small mountain in midair. He just smiled faintly and said, "Today use earth element martial skills in front of me is truly showing off before a master." The world power on the divine steel manifested chucking phenomena as the earth field constantly rotated around it, covering all directions. The divine steel was like a giant meteorite crushing from the sky onto the earth. The two earth dragons were immediately crushed by an indescribable, horrific weight, turning into dust in the blink of an eye. In an instant, the three earth dragons were completely annihilated, and Beiming Junjin's figure was also battered to pieces as he continuously wailed in agony. Lai Yingxiao gently raised both hands, and countless streams of ice sword kai suddenly appeared in midair. Then, 9 northern sky icy star swords appeared simultaneously, making him think to himself, "I haven't checked on old Yuan for a while. I didn't expect him to have finished refining all 9 swords." As soon as the precious swords appeared, 4 of them, freshly refined, shimmered faintly with flashes of lightning, seemingly attracting a heavenly tribulation. A massive wave of shock surged in Wenlin's heart. He stared in astonishment at the gradually darkening sky and muttered in a daze, "9. These 9 swords, could they all be ninth grade mysterious artifacts? How can this be possible?" The 9 swords quickly formed intricate sword formations and then scattered with a whoosh, surrounding Beiming Junjin in an instant. Seeing the dense sword light across the sky slashing toward him, Beiming Junjin was terrified and screamed out, "Sup, my father is Beiming Si, and my elder brother is Beiming Lai Feng. If you kill me, they will never let you off." Hearing him reveal such a powerful background, the killing intent in Lai Yingxiao's eyes grew even colder. He said in a frigid voice, "I guessed you were a core disciple of the Beiming family, but I didn't expect you to be this core. In that case, I can keep you alive even less." He flicked his finger, and a flying sword streaked forth as fast as lightning. Chilu immediately used his saber light to force open a bloody path, shouting, "Young master, run quickly. If anything happened to Beiming Junjin, they wouldn't survive either." Seeing a glimmer of hope, Beiming Junjin joyfully rushed out and said with tears of happiness, "Thank you, guardian Chilu, for saving me." Infinite killing intent flickered in his eyes as he stared coldly at Lai Yingxiao and said, "You certainly have skills. In 2 days, the gathering of heroes will take place at the Azure Breeze Alliance's new pavilion. I hope you have the guts to go there. I'll have my brother give you a proper reception." Lai Yingxiao just gave a slight chuckle. The hand seal in his grip flicked again, and another flying sword immediately shot straight toward Beiming Junjin. Chilu raised his massive saber and hurriedly chased after it to block it, roaring in anger, "Since you want to cut off our path to survival, then even if I die, I will kill you." At that moment, the already gloomy sky suddenly exploded with an earth-shattering tribulation thunder, and lightning struck straight down onto the 9 Lun swords. The brilliance on each sword continuously circulated, and the sword intents blended together, forming a powerful sword formation beyond description. Lai Yingxiao said nonchalantly, "It just so happens that using this move on a martial venerable would be a waste of nature's gifts. Using you to test it out suits my intentions much better." In an instant, Chilu's aura was completely suppressed, as if he could be crushed by that sword formation at any moment. He raised his giant saber to defend, initially managing to reluctantly block a few sharp sword beams, but as the sword kai grew stronger and stronger, his saber stance was finally shattered, and the sword kai slashed directly into his physical body. Wails of agony rang out continuously. Seeing this, Lai Yingxiao thought to himself that it was bad the commotion here was too great. If he couldn't end the battle quickly, the Red Moon City Imperial Guards would surely be drawn here. He immediately chased after the fleeing Beiming Junjin and said mockingly, "I will certainly attend the gathering of heroes, but scum like you are no hero. You don't need to go anywhere. Staying here forever is better." Hearing this, Beiming Junjin's heart felt like dead ashes. Guardian Shilu, the 9 Heavens martial emperor, had died in a flash, so what hope did he have as a mere martial venerable? Before any of his pleas or threats could be uttered, they were interrupted by a wretched scream. The sword light flashed across Beiming Junjin's body. The golden battle armor that had just appeared was instantly smashed to pieces. The sword light sliced his body in half, treading his flesh and leaving no corpse intact. There was no chance of survival. Lai Yingxiao successfully eliminated his detestable enemy. He cast his gaze toward Wenlin, who was standing not far away with a pale face, and indifferently let out the words, "It's your turn now." Wenlin's face turned white instantly, feeling his whole body trembling uncontrollably. The young man stammered in a panic, Do you really want to take my life? Did you truly dare to kill the young master of the Beiming family?" Lai Yingxiao raised his head and replied forcefully, "You want to take my life, that I should spare you? Wouldn't that make me a fool? Anyone in this world who wants my life must pay the price. Forget a Beiming young master. Even if your family patriarch appeared, he would lose his life." Hearing this, Wenlin's mouth went bitter. He tried to swallow hard and said tremblingly, "But if you kill me, you're just seeking your own death." Lai Yingxiao snorted coldly, "Who lives and who dies, who can predict? I only know that anyone who intends to harm me must lose their life, and neither the Beiming Dark Palace nor the Sanctuary is an exception." His eyes flashed with a sharp gaze that locked directly onto Wenlin, terrifying him and making his entire body tremble violently. In his mind, Wenlin screamed frantically that this madman had indeed thoroughly searched his memories and had truly lost his mind. Right at that moment, on another nearby battlefield, Liu Qingyan and Though Bai were originally locked in a stalemate, but when Though Bai saw Beiming Junjin and Shilu fall one after another, his mind was instantly shaken violently. In an instant, his spirit completely collapsed, and the power in his hands weakened accordingly. leading him to take a fatal spear strike to the heart from Liu Qingyan and collapse on the spot. Wenlin cursed endlessly in his heart. Indeed, these two madmen had no sanity left at all. Although his heart was filled with fear, he still tried to appear calm. As long as you let me leave here, I swear I will act as if I saw nothing of what happened today. Lai Yingxiao replied, I find that only the dead can keep secrets the longest. Wenlin's heart was full of bitterness, and he had to lower himself to persuade. You also know that I am from the Sanctuary, the organization that rules the world. In any case, you should show some respect, shouldn't you? Lai Yingxiao sneered. Since I dared to kill people of the Red Moon City, and dared to attack those of the Beiming Dark Palace, why should I let you leave alive? Realizing that words were no longer of use, Wenlin's eyes flashed with an ultimate struggle, and he gritted his teeth and replied, Fine, you forced me. If I want to escape, your ability simply cannot hold me back. It is just that the smooth causes too much damage, which cannot be recovered from in a day or two. If I weren't driven into a corner, I wouldn't want to use it. He suddenly assumed a bizarre posture and screamed in pain, forcing Lai Yingxiao's pupils to contract. Although Wenlin's posture looked extremely odd, it astonished him immensely, as it was a stance from the supreme tyrant heaven body refining art. Wenlin's body began to transform violently, as if a long-held seal had been removed, with patches of long, bristly hair piecing through his smooth skin. His face also grew ferocious, his pupils turned blood red, and he gradually transformed into a beast shaped similarly to a giant ape. Is this demonization? Lai Yingxiao frowned and observed. He muttered and then shook his head, not quite demonization. Although the form is very similar, the state is many times more powerful than demonization. Furthermore, this monkey exudes a pressure that terrifies people, as if it comes from the primordial ear. This creature is definitely no ordinary demon beast. Lai Yingxiao's eyes flashed with an unusual look, and a warhammer appeared in his hand, with bolts of lightning constantly dancing upon it. The giant ape, filled with killing intent, swung its cauldron-sized fist straight down at Lai Yingxiao's position. Lai Yingxiao remained calm. He gave a low shout, his body instantly turning into a bolt of lightning as he raised his warhammer high and smashed it down fiercely. Under his control, the warhammer expanded to the size of the giant ape's fist, carrying tens of thousands of dazzling lightning bolts as it struck heavily against the beast's fist. For this kind of heavy gravity strike, the best option was to dodge, but out of curiosity about the giant ape's secret, Lai Yingxiao wanted to test it in a head-on confrontation. After the collision, lightning exploded violently, instantly turning the entire sky into a lightning prison as thick green smoke rose up. Miserable roars echoed throughout the space. Lai Yingxiao descended from above, continuously using various profound weapons had depleted the Argent Kai in his body almost entirely. Looking at the ripple in the sky, the giant ape had already torn open space and fled without a trace. Unless he used his remaining 2 trump cards, it would be difficult to hold it back. However, because Liu Qingyan was present, Lai Yingxiao did not want to reveal too much. Moreover, the giant ape was heavily injured, and recovering was not a matter of 1 or 2 days. Besides, Wenlin himself had admitted that the move caused immense self-harm. Surely, in the near future, you would not dare to come looking for trouble. Thinking this, he spoke up, let's leave here quickly. The commotion just now was too loud. I fear the people of Red Moon City are on their way. Liu Qingyan only then snapped out of it and asked, where do we go now? Lai Yingxiao replied, anywhere is fine. You go first, and we will meet in 2 days at the Breeze Bright Moon Tower. They are coming soon, let's split up and run. HMPH, causing trouble and wanting to run. Suddenly, a cold shout resounded from midair. In the distance, several figures were rushing over as if flying, yet the shadows of those two had already disappeared without a trace. The old man was astounded to see that the opponent could escape so calmly from his hands. Showing doubt, he muttered, that boy's escape technique seems to be the lightning transformation. Spread out and search the surroundings for any clues. Obeying his command, more than a dozen people began searching the surrounding land. At the base of the ice block organization, in the small courtyard, the members of the organization were sitting gloomily with listless faces, and quite a few bore painful wounds. Oh dear, the mission failed again. Since the day of our establishment, the organization has carried out more than a dozen operations, big and small, but most have failed. Except for the time we rescued a beautiful noble lady for the goddess, not a single one has been fully successful. It is truly discouraging. I heard somewhere that the maid we rescued last time is rumored to have appeared at Big Brother's mansion several times. Who knows if it is true or not? One person wiped away sweat and sighed, this is indeed beyond imagination. If it weren't for holding onto a sliver of hope to meet the goddess, I would have left the organization long ago. Who would have thought that while entering is easy, leaving is hard? Last time someone wanted to leave, the next day only one of his legs was found stuck in the bushes, and the rest was missing without a trace. Since then, no one has seen him again. I have just finished work, my body is exhausted, and I'm injured. Please stop telling those creepy stories. Alright. While several people were still buzzing with discussion, suddenly a Tiger King warship dashed rapidly through the sky. Next, a giant figure stepped down from the warship. This guest's body took up almost the entire area of the courtyard. Everyone was stunned for a long time before someone suddenly reacted, exclaiming in horror, it's Big Sister Zyro Mai. Quickly, report the news to Big Brother Tinhoer. Yen Tinhoer quickly stepped out of the courtyard, his eyes flashing with extreme astonishment, and said, Big Sister Zyro Mai, why have you come here in person? Everyone outside, leave at once. Hurry up. The fat woman, Zyro Mai, did not bother to knock, charging straight in as if her heart were on fire, continuously ordering everyone around. Get out. What do you mean? Yen Tinhoer asked, surprised and confused. Did this mission fail? Was the slimming divine herb that helps the goddess Yu Bing maintain her slender figure not found? But your expression. The fat woman, Zyro Mai, suddenly darkened, becoming furious. I told all of you to get out. Were you deaf? Yen Tinhoer, do I need to repeat myself? Yen Tinhoer was completely stunned and hurriedly replied, yes, of course. You've grown up so much. Everyone, follow me outside. Big Sister Zyro Mai has an urgent matter to resolve. Zyro Mai raised her hand and cast several talismans into the air. They transformed into a protective barrier that enveloped the entire small courtyard. Only then did she scan her surroundings, speaking in a low voice. Who is the one who requested I come? Step out quickly. I have arrived as promised. From a corner of the room, Zhang Yuobing, in human form, suddenly spoke up. Miss Yuomai, we meet again. Zhang Yuomai turned around quickly, observing her heart full of suspicion. Zhang Yuobing, in human form, continued, I have brought you the thing you desire most. Zhang Yuomai slowly walked forward and stopped in front of Zhang Yuobing in her human form. With a cold expression, she said, you are playing games. Is it you who gave that jade slip to that wretch Nalan Jai Chuan to lure me here? Luring. Zhang Yuobing laughed and said, Big sister Zyro Mai, I really don't like hearing you say that. Everything I wrote in the jade slip is the truth. The truth? Zhang Yuomai gritted her teeth. You know Bufei Yan's eye techniques, so show me. Even if it is the truth, if you don't have 80 or 90% cultivation in the Tao of techniques, what is the point of performing it? She lunged forward aggressively, wanting to tear the mask off the human-shaped figure. The young boy's face appeared within the human-shaped figure, and one could see his eyes gradually becoming dreamy, appearing extremely bewitching. Zhang Yuomai's entire body trembled violently. In an instant, she lost all feeling, and the expression on her face gradually became vacant. It seemed as if her entire mind had been drawn into those eyes. In the hazy rain, Zhang Yuomai waved her hands wildly. She wanted to grasp something she had been longing for so long, the beauty that was rightfully hers. And at this moment, she finally saw it. She saw a ray of light shining down from the heavens, covering her body. In her eyes right now, Lai Yunxiao was that source of light. He was her redeeming angel. It is unknown how much time passed before Zhang Yuomai's consciousness gradually recovered, and her massive, fat body collapsed to the ground. At this moment, Lai Yunxiao said, I have examined your condition just now, and I basically understand it a little. I have tried to remove half of the residual influence from when you were in your mother's womb. You can try to use your internal energy to feel it again. In just a moment, indescribable excitement welled up inside Zhang Yuomai. She immediately collapsed to her knees, crying and calling out, my lord, you must help me. I beg of you, you are my second parents. Lai Yixiao's expression darkened, and he hurriedly said, stand up and torque. Zhang Yuomai remained kneeling on the ground, 2 lines of hot tears streaming down her round face. She said, my lord, I hope you can resolve all the hidden ailments in my body. As long as these seals are removed, I believe that within 3 months, I will be able to return to the appearance of a normal person. No, even better than a normal person. A truly enchanting figure. I will make everyone in the world admire me. Lai Yunxiao smiled slightly and said, don't be too excited, everything will be fine soon. I have temporarily lifted half of the seal. Your body, through self-adjustment, will surely shrink by half quickly. Zhang Yuomai said impatiently, shrinking by half is still fat. I want to turn into a charming beauty. I want to have a slender figure even more beautiful than Zhang Yuobing. Lai Yunxiao nodded slightly, remarking that she naturally had a pleasant appearance and that if she lost weight, her beauty would not be inferior to Zhang Yuobing's. However, the crux was a final transaction regarding the seals. Did she think he had called her here just to discuss something so trivial? Zhang Yuomai hurriedly replied, please, my lord, just give the order. As long as it is within my power, even if I have to climb a mountain of blades or descend into a sea of fire, I will not hesitate. Lai Yunxiao smiled. There's no need to be so formal. Zhang Yuomai frowned slightly, suddenly as if she had been enlightened, and said, I understand now. You mean you want to participate in Zhang Yuobing's arena competition and need me to help you win, right? She pondered for a moment and continued, this arena is held right in front of so many heroes and noble people. Cheating is extremely difficult. However, if you are interested, I can find a way for you to get a taste of Zhang Yuobing for once, to let my little sister's future husband wear a very large green hat. Parhar, I wonder if you are interested. T1N led 1B0 led 1E3C. Mai's eyes sparkled with mischief. She playfully said, my body is too plump right now. I'm sure I won't catch your eye, my lord. But once I succeed in losing weight, I'll willingly become your servant. At your beck and call, do whatever you please with me. Lai Yunxiao looked at the mountain-like massive figure and trembled all over. Please understand, don't misunderstand me. I'm not fortunate enough to enjoy both of you sisters. I'm here for 2 reasons. First, you must quickly return to the city lord's mansion and do whatever it takes to help QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Bang obtain the Dragon Vein secret treasure and the 18 Dan High Moon Bright Pearls. At the heroes gathering in 2 days, QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Bang will bring those 2 items to give to me. If she fails, don't even think about undoing half of the seal on your body. QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Mai immediately replied, I will definitely do my utmost to complete the mission. Her eyes flashed with suspicion. She said, so, you and my sister NH led 1B0 led 1E3C Bang have known each other for a long time. A surge of unbearable anger rose in her heart. So QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Bang had known for a long time that someone could dissolve the seal for her, yet she never said a word, causing her parents to search everywhere for useless remedies. How infuriating. QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Bang. My 10 good years of youth were wasted because of you. We are enemies. Lai Yunxiao didn't know what she was thinking. He continued, as for the second matter, in 2 days, another friend and I will also come to Fengming City. Edu Lu, you must find a way to ensure our safe departure. Otherwise, if anything happens to us, you can forget about accessing the seal. QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Mai quickly said, this is simple. This is Yuan City. Anyone who dares to touch you is defying me. If they hinder my weight loss, I will exterminate their entire family. Lai Yunxiao said, that's good. I have other matters to attend to. I'll be going now. With that, his figure disappeared. QNNH led 1B0 led 1E3C Mai hurriedly called out, my lord, you're not going to leave for good after ensuring your safe departure, are you? This is very important to me. I cannot afford any mistakes. Lai Yunziro's voice faintly echoed. Rest assured, I always keep my word. QNH led 1B0 led 1E3C. Mai's eyes widened as she stared at the direction Lai Yunziro had left. Only then did she regain her senses. Everything that had just happened felt like a dream. After being stunned for a long time, QNH led 1B0 led 1E3C. Mai felt an overwhelming sense of joy. She threw her head back and laughed heartily, almost crying with happiness. Her laughter echoed throughout the small courtyard. After leaving the Ice Block Organization's area, Lai Yunziro casually found an inn to rest, and then entered the divine artifact realm. He summoned the hammer, held it in his hand, and admired it endlessly, muttering, "This hammer, the lightning rules, and the lightning tribulation are not much different. If there is any profound energy in the divine artifact realm that can summon it, should I use this hammer instead of the lightning tribulation? If lightning were unleashed within this artifact, it would likely be much more powerful than the lightning tribulation outside." A thought flashed through Lai Yunziro's mind. He looked at the small diamond gourd, and the corners of his mouth curved slightly. He said, Let's use this as a test subject for now." Then, Lai Yunziro picked up the hammer and poured divine liquid energy into it. He raised the hammer high and slammed it down forcefully onto the small diamond gourd. With a world-shattering boom, lightning flashed everywhere. The small diamond gourd's mouth hung open, constantly yelping, clearly very uncomfortable being struck by lightning. The lightning bolts vibrated on its body. More than half of them were reflected outwards, absorbed by the surrounding formation, and then struck back. Lai Yunziro's eyes flashed with a fierce glint. He raised the hammer high again. He slammed it down ferociously, showing no mercy. After enduring repeated trials of lightning, the entire colossal body of the small diamond gourd collapsed under the lightning, and it cried out piteously without end. The demonic dragon also manifested, and said softly, "Too cruel, I can't bear to watch." A series of explosions continued, and the entire divine artifact realm could not be quieted. Occasionally, figures flew over. Parch Lin Thi led 1EBF Yuhang exclaimed in horror. What mistake did Little Diamond make for young Master Yun to torment it like this? Little Chun said, "Little Diamond is a profound artifact. It's probably being refined. I think we should have someone refined to see if their intelligence can be increased." Ban Kaohan said softly, "The thing is not a profound artifact. To be precise, it is a demonic beast. However, it is using the refinement method of a profound artifact to enhance its demonic beast level. This is something only he has ever thought of. If the stone beast can survive this tribulation, its future is boundless." D-O led 1EA1 NVI led 1EC7T furrowed his brows and said, "What if it cannot endure it?" Ban Kaohan said indifferently, "If it cannot endure it, then it will truly become a profound artifact." Suddenly, the profound thunder jing and howl above D-O led 1EA1 NVI led 1EC7T's head began to shake incessantly, as if the heavenly and earthly lightning phenomena were stimulating it. Several arcs of electricity jumped out from its skin. Its entire body became charged, and it grew stronger and stronger. D-O led 1EA1 NVI led 1EC7T exclaimed in surprise, "What, do you also want to get close and take a few blows?" NH led 1EA1CC led 1EDU Lam said, "The profound thunder jing and howl is originally a lightning element demonic beast. Perhaps it's being affected by this lightning present. I'm just a martial artist cultivating lightning element techniques, and even I feel a surge of warmth when this formation is first activated, like a fish returning to the sea. This creature's senses must be much stronger than mine." D-O led 1EA1 NVI led 1EC7T pretended to be knowledgeable and nodded slightly, saying, "In that case, you should get closer and take a few blows too. No one will stop you." With a wave of his hand, the profound thunder jing and howl actually charged out, surprising everyone. D-O led 1EA1 NVI led 1EC7T was stunned. He had only said it casually, never expecting this creature to actually seek death. Elder An stomped his feet anxiously and shouted, "Damn it, come back quickly." Lai Yunziro had also long noticed the abnormality of the profound thunder jing and howl. He watched the demonic beast in surprise while maintaining the rhythm of his hammer blows on the small diamond gourd. He was astonished to realize that the demonic energy emanating from the profound thunder jing and howl's body seemed to be synchronizing with the rhythm of the hammer strikes he was delivering. It was unclear whether this was natural instinct or if the creature was actively adjusting its body. If it was the latter, it was indeed unbelievably terrifying. After sensing something strange, Lai Yunxiao decided to test his hypothesis by raising his hammer and continuing to strike rhythmically. Instantly, the thunder-present space shook violently as countless lightning bolts surged frantically toward the mysterious thundercloud-piercing beast. It seemed as though a terrifying suction originated from the beast, forcing the lightning to pour relentlessly into its body, accompanied by roars that echoed throughout heaven and earth. Lai Yunxiao's face paled, and he hurriedly pulled back his hand to stop hammering, as this sudden turn of events was far beyond his control. Tuan Yu also stuttered in shock, exclaiming in amazement that this was a domain, and its power far surpassed even his own. Amidst the overwhelming thunder and lightning, a cyan light erupted from within the mysterious thundercloud-piercing beast, as an invisible wave of energy surged throughout the space. Thanks to the purification and refinement of the lightning tribulation, it actually broke through directly to the martial sovereign realm. Yuan Daehan stayed at the beast for a long while before giving a bitter smile, lamenting that a martial lord demon beast staying by Lai Yunxiao's side had suddenly advanced to martial sovereign. Lai Yunxiao then teased him, asking why he himself wasn't about to reach the 9th tier. "In my view, just forging a few more swords will allow you to break through to the 9th tier. When your true self emerges, even Lu Tanzir master will be left in the dust. Remember to take more care of me later," Lai Yunxiao said. Yuan Daehan's expression darkened as he snapped that his current achievements were through his own efforts, and even if he refined 10 9th tier items for Lai, it would only be to settle his debt, so Lai shouldn't bother mentioning the friendship in the future. Lai Yunxiao laughed heartily and told him not to be so heartless, saying it seemed he needed to build more rapport so Yuan would feel enough doable for him to feel at ease letting him go. Yuan Daehan wiped the sweat from his forehead and replied that he only hoped Lai wouldn't get the urge to refine him as well, then asked about the status of the little diamond gourd. Lai Yunxiao sighed and admitted that he had intended to push it straight to the 9 heavens realm, but an unexpected accident occurred. Currently, it had only reached the peak of the martial sovereign realm, so he would have to wait for another opportunity. Since refining its body, its self-recovery ability has decreased significantly. I wonder if old Yuan has any brilliant ideas to improve it. Yuan Gaohan bled at him, saying that since the gourd was now composed of 9th-tier materials, it was natural for it to recover slowly, and that Lai's feat of elevating the mysterious thunder beast from the martial lord to the martial sovereign realm was a record-worthy achievement. If this little diamond gourd can operate as you expect, then I can certainly consider the possibility of mass production. Just gathering about 20 of them would be more than enough. Lai Yunxiao also calmed down a bit, then laughed loudly, replying that to obtain 20 treasures like the little diamond gourd, you would first have to catch 20 stone beast kings.